Hey everybody, this is episode 2 in the mod development series for my new Skyrim mod. I see some bandits down there. No, that's not the name of the mod. It is Arsenal of the Holy Light. We're standing on the location where the Temple of the Holy Light will be built, and I didn't show this before. Now this is a COC character, so I've not discovered anything yet, but Rorikstead's right over here. Straight up here to our north is... where's that? What's the name of that one? Swindler's Den, I think. And off in that direction, there's Rorikstead right there. So, this gives you an idea where we're going to be. Now, before we get looking into some new things, I thought I'd do a quick recap of our existing spells. We've got Sunbeam and Sunburst. Sunburst is a ball of sunlight. And we have our Beam of Light right here. These, of course, are both restoration spells and only affect the undead. Despite the fire. The fire is just a visual. These are going to be available with a novice level version, so you have something, if you're starting a brand new character, you'll have something you can use right away. And there will also be Apprentice, Adept, and Expert level. Then we have the Holy Aura. This one's going to start at Apprentice level. There won't be a Novice level. I think it's a little advanced for a Novice. At the Adept level, we have Stendarr's Purge. Let's see, let's pick on some vampires this time. What do you think? If only there was one around here somewhere.
Never should have come here.
Well, there's one now. And they do not like this one at all.
Mercy!
Classic Turn and Burn. This spell lasts for 30 seconds. It only affects the undead. It is a restoration spell. Let's get rid of her. We need to move on. There we go. She was not a high-level Draugr or vampire. Whatever. So that spell was probably a little overpowered for that character, but you get the point. Now, at the Expert level, we have Aura of Divinity. We need more vampires. Uh-oh. 3 of them. What do we do? Similar to Stendarr's Purge, but this one will engulf them in an aura of holy light, which is healing to the living. Not so good for the undead. This makes it easier to track them when you're in a dark area and they go run off like that. You just follow the bouncing aura. Classic Turn and Burn. At the Expert level, we have Holy Purification. This requires 2 hands. It doesn't require the dual casting perk, it just requires 2 hands to cast it.
Oh no, no.
Now this one doesn't do as much damage as... Well, I don't have Master Level Sunbeam. If I did, it would do more damage than this one. But as you can see, she can't do anything. She's completely stagger locked. So as long as I keep the beam on her... Now it does push them back a little bit. So eventually it's going to push them back. Because this is limited range, it'll push them back out of range of it, but it's got a half-second wind up, unlike other master level spells. So it's a little bit quicker to work with. And this will work on any undead. It doesn't matter what level. And of course, the higher level they are, the less damage that the burn damage are going to take. That one was probably like an adept level vampire, so something like a Draugr Death Overlord. It's not going to do a whole lot of damage to one of those, but it will lock him down, and if you're using a summons, it'll be very helpful. Matter of fact, let's get up a summons. See, we looked at the Luminary before. Let's get him up here.
Never should have come.
There's a vampire. It's a little bit tougher. So this is how this spell is really helpful. You can lock him down. And your summons can do the bulk of the range damage. Of course, my guy's busy hiding. Now that she's tied up, he's just gonna... Oh, there you go. You keep him locked down, and your summons can do the bulk of the work. Let's try this with the Guardian of Soul. We saw this one last time as well. Here's something a little bit tougher. So if you want to use the Battle Mage, same thing. Battle Mage is going to use spells until magic runs out, and he'll charge in essentially unopposed.
And you thought I was just a pretty face.
It's a pretty lethal combination. You keep him tied up, let your summons do the bulk of the work.
I'm going to enjoy this.
I wonder what took her so long to pop that spell. So now let's take a look at the adept levels. Summons. We have our mage is Meridia's Acolyte. Meridia's Acolyte is a Dremora. Now I made custom robes for them, and I gave them enchantments, but for whatever reason, when I put those in their inventory, they didn't cast any spells at all. He immediately pulls out the dagger and starts fighting with the dagger, so I had to give him regular old Dremora robes, but I did give him an enchanted ring. Actually, I'm not even sure he's using it. It's in his inventory though, but it doesn't look like he's wearing it. Put on the ring, fool. It's got a Fortify Restoration enchantment on it. Let's see how this guy does against some vampires. Now he's equipped with... that didn't last long. He's equipped with Adept level Sunburst, Adept level Sunbeam, Turn Undead, and Close Wounds.
I'll kill you where you stand.
This isn't helping my video.
Enjoy this.
Come on, I gave you a couple of easy ones, man. Come on, there's one more.
I'm going to enjoy this.
You hear that? He called you immortal. Well, there's the Adept level Mage. So, our Adept level Battle Mage is a Cleric of Stendarr. This is a male Imperial. He is decked out in Dwarven armor And again, he has adept level Sunburst, adept level Sunfire, and he has the adept level Holy Aura and Close Wounds. And he has appropriate perks for one-handed, block, heavy armor, and groaning. Yes, there's a groaning perk. You need to know that? Take care of that. Now, like the other battle mage, he'll use his spells, and then he'll charge in sword and shield. Hey, I'm the least of your concerns. Now, he should cast his Holy Aura. I don't know why he didn't.
I'm going to enjoy this.
Use the aura, man. That's what it's there for. Well, he didn't do so well, did he? There you go.
I'll kill you where you stand.
See, that aura is really helpful. She's cut down quick. Oh, brutal. You know, you did a lot better than the last guy that was here. I'm just saying. So, in addition to all that... Wait, we have to get rid of him. I guess I could have just banished him, but... now, I have a... Well, I guess technically it's a spell, one we haven't seen yet. It's actually a greater power. Not a lesser power. You only get to use this one once a day, but it's called Invocation of Stendarr. And this will restore 20 points of health, magic, and stamina per second. It says it's for 20 seconds. I thought I had set this for 15, but okay. It'll also repel any nearby undead. Now I'm going to try and demonstrate this. Now I have to be careful. I'm going to actually bring up a Draugr because the vampires use their drain life and it may kill me before I have time to trigger this thing. It would help if I selected it, probably. Hey, buddy. Alright, I gotta turn off God mode for a little bit and take some damage. And I need to use up a little bit of magicka. Now I'm gonna run away from him so I can use up some stamina. Now, if you're close enough, which I wasn't, he would have run away. But while this is going on, I can kind of use as much magic as I want. It's going to keep regenerating. And there, just wore off. Alright, so one last thing to look at. Near the beginning of the last video, I'd mentioned we were standing in what was going to someday be the interior of the Temple of Holy Light. So I've been doing a little work on it. So let's hop in there and see what's been done. And here it is. Keep your voice down. Don't you feel like you got to be quiet in here? So there's still a little bit of work to do. I need to put some plants in these planters, maybe some vases on these tables. I'm not going to go too overboard with this because more than likely you're going to come in here, well, the player. You come in here, you'll grab the enchanted dagger to disenchant it. Maybe you grab a couple of the staffs. You'll grab the spell tomes and leave and probably never come back because there really isn't any reason to. But straight away down here, the enchanted dagger is going to be in here, and it's just going to have a custom sun damage enchantment on it. So you're going to want to get that and disenchant it right away. But that'll be in a display case. This stuff right here is a helmet and a sword that belonged to someone who's now buried in this big stone coffin. There's a backstory behind that, but that's the reason for that. Now, on this little alcove over here to the right, we have the Shrine of Stendarr, and some of these spell tomes are going to be lined up along here because, you know, why not? I got to put them in here somewhere. And there's going to be... I'm going to put a staff in each one of these weapon racks. And there'll be an unenchanted staff, but there will be a couple of weapon racks probably over here with the staff of Novice Sunburst and the staff of Novice Sunbeam. So again, if you're starting a new character, you've got 2 novice level spells to start you out with, and if you're not going to be using spells but you still want to use spells, you know what I mean, then you have a staff, 2 of them actually, that you can use. Now on the other side here we have Meridia, and there'll be spell tomes lined up along here as well. So I know it's kind of odd that you've got an Aedra and a Daedra in the same temple, but there is a backstory to it. I may put it in a book and leave it here, but there is a reason for that. But again, there's an enchanting table here, so when you grab that dagger, you can bring it straight over here. And let's see. Well, this is pretty much it right now. Like I said, there's still some things I want to add in here. I still need to do a little bit of work with the lighting and pretty it up a little bit, but I'm not going to go too overboard. I may put in a couple of weapon racks with a silver sword and silver greatsword, but yeah, I don't know. You can make your own, so I'm not sure if I'm even going to include those, but this is it. This is the interior of the magnificent Temple of the Holy Light. It's basically a place to house the spell tomes, pretty much. I thought this might be more appropriate than, you know, sticking a crate out in the middle of the wilderness or something. So that's all it is. So again, I'll work on the lights a little bit and add a few more items. There's still a lot of things I need to do behind the scenes, like I have to make the enchantments for the staves, whatever. And I still have to make the crafting, tempering, and enchanting recipes for the silver weapons, and for the sunfire arrows. So, but I'll get to that afterwards, and we'll see where this is at. We'll have another episode when I get this place fixed up a little bit and add a few more items. And I still have a few spells I'm working on. I've spent several days on them, and I can't figure out a way to make them do what I want to do. But there is one more that I may add. Actually, there is 2 more that'll probably get added. They're going to be a little bit tricky, but I think I can make them work, and they should be a little bit unique and pretty helpful. The other ones, I don't think they're going to work, but I'll keep at them. But I'd spent several days working on several, like 3 of them. I was going back and forth, and I could not get them to do what I want to do, and I finally said, well, enough is enough. Maybe I'll come back to them later, but I got to build the temple. It hasn't been done yet, and I haven't done the exterior yet either. So still a lot of work to do, but it's coming along well. We've got the Sunfire, we've got the Sunburst, the Holy Aura. We've got another unique Adept, Expert, and Master level spell, and we have a Greater Power. And here's that spell tome right here, Invocation of Stendar. So that's where we're at, and we'll get some more done and have another video out, and hopefully in a few days. So that'll be it. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll see you next time.